Welcome to my channel General Hospital, where you can get news about. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow, and I am your buddy. Now let's get started. Jason is back, Dante gets shot, and Sonny is targeted, but which side is he on? Cyrus accepts Laura's invitation and shows up at her home. When Laura opens the door for him, he wonders what made their relationship go further. Laura claims that because Ace is ill and Kevin is at the hospital with a patient, she was unable to leave Ace by himself. Spoilers for General Hospital, March 11 to 15. As they sit down, Laura tells him how much she appreciates his assistance in helping Anna attempt to obtain information from the gun dealer. He acknowledges that all he learned from the man was that he is terrified of a man by the name of Stone who has persuaded everyone that he is dead. She is aware that during Heather's attack, his microphone suffered damage, making it impossible for them to capture everything. Cyrus queries whether she is claiming that he omitted something from his remarks. On the life of his mother, he says that he told his mother everything the gun dealer said. He queries her refusal to believe him. Ace starts to cry, so she had to go see how he's doing. After Heather is brought in, Portia and Liz at the hospital go into a room to deal with her. When the guards had to pull Heather away from Cyrus in Pentonville, she suffered injuries. She claims that in addition to a rash on her back from the terrible sheets there, it aggravated an old hip injury and her hip replacement. She requests to have her handcuffs removed since she feels that they are hurting her wrist. Portia claims that because it's typical procedure when dealing with an inmate, they must keep her in handcuffs. Heather sobs because she is in pain as Portia discovers she does indeed have a fever. According to Portia, she will have an MRI as soon as feasible. Sister of an Israeli hostage speaking in public about the hostage situation. After Portia and Liz depart, Portia gives Heather an urgent MRI. Liz hears Portia say it's best for everyone if they can send her to Pentonville as quickly as possible. Ace is in a stroller when Cyrus and Laura arrive, and Laura tells Liz and Portia that he's burning up. Why is Cyrus here? Portia wonders. Cyrus clarifies that he was with his sister when Ace became ill and expresses worry for his great-nephew. When Heather sees Cyrus with Laura and Ace on the way to her MRI, she yells at him to stop bothering her grandchild. When she asks Laura what's up with Ace, she is told he's unwell. She believes Laura failed to protect Esme because she wanted Ace all to herself, and as a result, Esme passed away. Laura reminds Heather that she had lost her grandchild and reassures her that she did everything in her power to support Esme. Well, at least there is some justice, Heather remarks. Furious, Laura and Ace take off quickly, and Heather is taken for an MRI. Cyrus stays behind and inquires about Portia's spouse Curtis's well-being. Portia is too exhausted and has had a difficult day to talk to him about anything, especially her husband. She tells him again that she warned him not to approach her. Cyrus had hoped that after 5 months, she might have altered her mind, but Portia is adamant that he will always be punished for frightening her and her kid. For once, she concurs with Heather, telling him to keep his distance from her child. He hopes she will find a way to forgive him and see he is no longer the evil man who tormented her family. He is sorry he has caused her so much pain and suffering. These days, he lives to serve others. Portia advises him to avoid her family if he wants to assist. She leaves. After being taken back to her room, Heather is given additional comfort. Laura returns to the hall while Cyrus questions her about Ace. As they settle down, Laura informs them that Liz is currently caring for him, and that he is having an x-ray to rule out pneumonia. Ace was becoming irritated with her, so she left. Laura shifts the topic, inquiring about Cyrus's well-being and expressing her regret for Heather. She inquires as to whether Cyrus's backache is related to what Sonny did to him. Although he claims it didn't help, he has been affected by the years. He talks a lot about how carefree and eager to do anything, even give his life, when he was younger. Laura sobs. That has to be what happened to Esme. She took Spencer with her and was prepared to die for her son. She sobs and Cyrus places his hand over hers. Heather, in the meantime, has taken a paperclip from her room and is using it to pick the lock on her handcuff. Brooklyn discovers Tracy hiding in the kitchen while Scout's party continues at the Quartermain mansion. She tells her that something happened with Lucy. She clarifies that Lucy wants her to oppose Tracy in order to regain command of deception. Tracy queries Lucy's reasoning for believing BLQ would support that scheme. Brooklyn claims Lucy is aware of information her grandmother is not. Brooklyn acknowledges that she plotted to finally convince Tracy to give her all of her deception stocks so that she could then give them to Maxie. Tracy cheers her on, saying that's a plan fit for a Quartermain, and that she might yet reach her full potential. Brooklyn took advice from the greatest. Although Brooklyn doesn't think Lucy intentionally stole intellectual property, she does acknowledge that Lucy's actions have harmed the business. She informs her grandma. She can't see herself continuing to run deception in the long run, though, and she wants to return to music. Tracy is willing to make a concession. She can develop artists on the side and wants Brooklyn to remain at deception for a little while longer. She does, however, think Brooklyn will grow to enjoy her job at the company. If not, she will buy her out and give Maxie the stocks. Why is running deception important? Asks Brooklyn. As she's the family's future, Tracy claims it's something they can accomplish together, and dare I say it, she's enjoyable to work with. Tracy recognizes herself in Brooklyn as well. Brooklyn tells Tracy she likes her, grinning and making jokes. Tracy is one of them. Although Brooklyn believes she doesn't need to work at deception in order for them to hang out, she will accept Tracy's invitation. Brooklyn shifts the conversation, curious about the relationship between Gregory and Tracy. Tracy says she was going to ask him to go with her, but it was too late. He's accompanying Alexis to the wedding. Chase claims that Brooklyn makes Gregory feel more comfortable. Thus, she should approach Gregory head-on and express her interest in meeting him. Tracy replies she will think about what she said. Tracy cautions Brooklyn that although she might be similar to her, it's risky when someone wears their heart on their sleeve. It's safe since Chase has Brooklyn's heart, she explains. While Selena and Sonny are at the warehouse talking about restarting her poker games, Ava makes a joke about not expecting this to be a serious meeting. Selena wishes to offer Curtis the club, but Sonny maintains that the Savoy is not for sale. All of a sudden, with their pistols drawn, Anna, John, Chase, Dante, and other cops command everyone to freeze. Sonny queries what's happening. According to John, they are investigating a racketeering tip. This is Selena's warehouse, and nothing illicit will be found here, she claims. Although she claims they were just talking about legal poker games, Anna thinks it's strange to include bodyguards into a conversation about poker. A man kneels over a skylight window on the roof and remarks, "Looks like they're late for the party." The camera moves to Jason as he claims he still has a chance to catch the shot. The man with Jason points his rifle at Sonny, while John and Anna interrogate Selena and Sonny below. Back below, Anna is perplexed as to why Sonny, who owns a casino in Puerto Rico, would waste his time in this rundown warehouse. Given that Anna came in with a vengeance and discovered nothing, Sonny believes Anna is just ashamed. When a shot is fired, everyone runs to the corners. The source of the shot is known to be the skylight. Jason wants to try again, but the other man on the roof chastises him for somehow messing up his shot. Jason claims they must leave as they have been compromised. Dante believes they can reach the roof and take off with Chase from down below. A CSI unit is ordered by John after he checks in with the FBI, and Anna calls to block off a 6-block radius. When Chase comes back, he reports that Dante is chasing the suspects and that the building is clear. Dante finds the 2 men on the pier and gives them the order to freeze. While the other runs away, Jason stays still and Dante gives him the order to gently turn around. The sight of Jason astounds him. "What the hell?" Dante yells. Abruptly, the other person shows up again and fires twice into Dante's chest. Jason runs to Dante as he collapses. The other person tells Jacob to get over there. The man replies, "They're going to miss the extraction," as Dante gasps. "Go to the location," Jason says, "and he'll figure out another way out." "Your call. Watch your 6, the man says. Jason is kneeling by Dante when the man tries to shoot him, but Jason shoots him first and takes him out. When Ava returns to the warehouse, she finds a gunshot hole in Sonny's sleeve. John comments that this proves Sonny was the planned victim for the evening. Chase drives Sonny's guards to the station with Selena, her man, and them. Anna questions Sonny about his strategy for locating and identifying the gunman. She claims that's the responsibility of the police department, not him. They haven't been performing well, Ava scoffs. Given that Ava hasn't participated in organized crime in more than 10 years, John questions her about her presence. John claims that Ava is now involved in this, despite Sonny's denials. John ought to be shielding Sonny instead of bothering him, according to Ava. When they all start arguing, Anna interrupts. Sonny is told by Anna that she doesn't want to see him go, and that she isn't out to get him. She doesn't understand how the sniper missed at this range, so she surmises that he must have had an angel on his shoulder. She is aware that he won't the following time. After dropping everyone off at the PCPD, Chase comes back and claims Dante hasn't checked in. Jason checks on his deceased accomplice. He commands Dante to continue breathing, and he succeeds. Regarding the upcoming General Hospital, as Jason remains by Dante's side, blood seeps from his mouth. Is he under arrest? Sonny queries. Marshall is told by Stella, "This is your chance." Sam observes that Olivia has altered in some way. Joss and Dex are returning to Port Charles. Heather tries to choke her protector. The sun dipped behind the skyline of Port City, casting long shadows across the streets as the city prepared for another restless night. In the heart of the metropolis, the streets buzzed with activity, from the neon-lit clubs to the dimly lit alleys where deals were made and secrets exchanged. Among the chaos, 3 figures found themselves entangled in a web of deceit and danger, their fates intertwined in ways they couldn't foresee. Sonny Corleone, a notorious underworld figure, strode confidently down the bustling street, his sharp eyes scanning the crowd for any signs of trouble. As the head of one of the city's most powerful crime families, Sonny was used to being a target. But tonight, the threat felt different, more personal. He could sense the tension in the air, the whispers of betrayal echoing through the alleyways. Meanwhile, Detective Dante Rossi, a hardened cop with a haunted past, patrolled the streets with a sense of weary determination. For years, Dante had fought to bring down the criminal empires that plagued Port City. But tonight, he felt a sense of unease gnawing at his gut. There were rumors of a mole within the department, someone feeding information to the very criminals they were sworn to oppose. Dante couldn't shake the feeling that he was walking into a trap. And then there was Jason Morgan, a shadowy figure with a past shrouded in mystery. Thought to be dead for years, Jason had returned to Port City with a vengeance, his motives unclear to those around him. Some whispered that he had come to reclaim his place in the criminal underworld, while others believed he sought redemption for sins long past. But one thing was certain. Jason's presence only added fuel to the fire raging through the city's underbelly. As the night wore on, tensions continued to rise, until finally the inevitable happened. Shots rang out in the darkness, echoing through the streets like a thunderclap. Sonny Corleone stumbled forward, clutching his chest as blood seeped through his fingers. Dante Rossi raced to his side, his heart pounding in his chest as he assessed the damage. "Sonny, hang on," Dante shouted, his voice filled with urgency. "We need to get you to a hospital." But Sonny shook his head weakly, his breathing labored. "No, it's too late for me, Dante. You need to find out who did this before it's too late." With those final words, Sonny Corleone slumped to the ground, his life slipping away before Dante's eyes. Rage boiled within the detective as he watched his friend and ally fall, a burning desire for justice consuming him. Meanwhile, Jason Morgan watched from the shadows, his expression unreadable as he surveyed the scene before him. He had returned to Port City with a purpose, but now he found himself torn between conflicting loyalties. Sonny had once been a mentor to him, a father figure in a world devoid of compassion. But Dante had always been the one true friend he could count on, even when the odds seemed insurmountable. As Dante knelt beside Sonny's lifeless body, his mind raced with questions. Who had targeted Sonny? And why? The answers seemed to elude him, slipping through his fingers like grains of sand. But one thing was certain. He wouldn't rest until he had uncovered the truth. With a steely determination, Dante rose to his feet, his gaze locking with Jason's across the crowded street. "I don't know what game you're playing, Jason," he said, his voice low and dangerous. "But mark my words, I will find out whose side you're really on.